Picking the right CRM is a huge decision for your business. For years now, Dubsado has been my go to for my CRM for my client onboarding and client management in my own business. I also help other business owners with full Dubsado setups and client management. Recently, however, I've had a client for just personal preference switch from Dubsado to Honeybook. So this gave me a fresh look to see both systems at once to see if I still truly align more with Dubsado or if I am missing out on something with Honeybook. And as I know, a lot of business owners have the predicament of which system to go with, Dubsado or Honeybook. I just wanted to share my experience and my thoughts on the two systems. So, first, I will say that Honeybook has a super clean look for clients on the front end in terms of the forms and templates. I feel Honeybook's forms are a lot sleeker and cleaner looking for the client as opposed to Dubsado's. However, on the back end of Honeybook, I felt the templates and forms a bit confusing and overwhelming in terms of the names for them, I suppose. Such as when I went to go build out a template, I could not find one that was titled proposal. However, then when I went to the client profile, I was able to pull up a template that was called proposal. So it was just a bit frustrating for me and confusing, just the naming and understanding of how the templates and such worked. However, this could have just really just been my own error, not taking the time to understand the platform. However, that was probably one of the bigger frustrations for me. And then in terms of automations, I do feel Dubsado's workflows are way more robust in my opinion. I found Honeybooks were pretty limited. And although my clients' workflows on automations were really quite straightforward, I do feel if I did want to ever build anything that was a little bit more robust, Honeybook would be really limited on the triggers and actions that I could have automated in the back end. So ultimately, I do think both Dubsado and Honeybook are super powerful tools that I think everybody should have at least one of them in their own business. However, in my personal preference, I am still happy and would recommend Dubsado over Honeybook. However, I do really think it comes down to personal preference and encourage everybody to try out both.